I really wanted Sam to start with like some long speech about how I'm his like best friend on campus, but it's okay that that didn't happen. I really forgive you, and you're still my best friend. So at Shania Retreat this last weekend, we had the privilege of listening to the Hubbards, and they talked to us a lot about self-worth, and they give a beautiful message about the idea of being enough. That for the fact alone that we are all God's masterpiece. They emphasize that we are all loved, that we are chosen, and we are set apart simply because that we're all children of God. I think that this is so relevant in our society. We do this thing where we do social media all day long, and we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, whether we're realizing it or not. Social media forces us to see other people's seemingly perfect lives and question, why not me? Why can't I live like that? Why haven't I been chosen to do those things? I don't know about you guys, but I fall into those traps every single day. I feel as if I'm not enough. I scroll through Instagram or Facebook, and I see beautiful girls with beautiful bodies, and I see girls that have perfect boyfriends, perfect husbands, at the age of 22, which, like, do your thing, but no thanks. They are all starting, like, high-paying jobs, also. Okay. They have new cars and new houses, and puppies and babies, which, like, two things I really, really love, but things I really don't want right now. They all seem like they have their lives majorly together for being 22, and I ask myself, why not me? For those of you that know me, you know I can be kind of a big personality. That's the word I like to use for obnoxious. I'm usually kind of outgoing and outspoken and painfully extroverted. But those things were originally driven by my own insecurities. I figured out early on that people would rather associate with the goofy, bubbly girl that doesn't really care if she's being taken seriously. I have a tendency to give and give and give until I feel like I have nothing else left, and I'm completely empty and completely drained. But here's the thing. The devil wants to fill my emptiness with unhealthy dependence on the acceptance of others. Doing this then leads to being completely distracted from deepening my relationship with Christ, which just feeds into a vicious, never-ending cycle. I think this can be true for all of us. The eternity that we are destined for seems so far away. So it's just easier to find our worth in the opinions of our peers, in the A's that we're probably not all getting, in our school, in our sports teams, or the amount of likes on our most recent Instagram post. In Matthew 4, we see the story about Jesus fasting for 40 days. After that, the devil placed stones in front of him and told them to turn them into bread so that he could fill the emptiness that he'd been feeling for so long, tempting Jesus, essentially. This story shows that Jesus himself knew what it felt like to be empty. He knew what it felt like to be so completely deprived of the attention that he wanted. He knew how badly it hurt to be rejected. He was a living, breathing human and felt the very struggles and feelings that we all experience every single day. But in an earth-shattering moment, Jesus exposed the way of escape of those feelings for all of us. He matched every word with truth straight from God's word. For example, Deuteronomy 8:3 says, "Man does not live on bread alone, but on the word that comes from the mouth of the Lord." Psalm 73:25-26. "Whom have I in heaven but you? Earth has nothing that I desire besides you. My flesh and my blood may fail, but God is my strength and my heart and my portion forever." I truly believe that our souls were destined to be satisfied by the word of God. When we go without that nourishment of truth, we fill our spiritual hunger with temporary, earthly pleasures, thinking that somehow they can fill our loneliness. These physical pleasures can't fill us, but they can numb us. And I'm here to tell you now that numb souls are not growing souls. God bless you. Satan's ultimate goal is to separate us from God. But the minute that we turn to his word is the minute that that gap is closed. God is always near, and he is always pursuing you and I, at every single moment of every day. Our God is not a harsh, judgmental God. Our God is constantly waiting for you to accept the reckless overwhelming love that he's been giving you since the second you took your first breath. Your negative thoughts about you are not God's thoughts about you. I'm about to tell you a little bit of vulnerable honesty. And I'm in my last semester of classes here at York College, and I'm absolutely terrified to graduate. I know my identity here. I'm comfortable. I know the majority of you. I see all your faces, and I can associate memories with them. I know I have people around me that I can count on. Next year, I'll be student teaching, and then maybe, hopefully, finding a job somewhere. But to be blunt, I'm not at all sure that I should be responsible for a classroom full of students. And I know that I have been prepared for this with countless classes and countless professors and people that care about me and a lot of hours in the schools in the area, but I'm still just not sure that I can be the teacher that they need. I tell you this because it's so easy to be prepared, yet still feel like we're not enough. I just told you all these promises from God, and yes, it was easy to type out and organize, but it's still so hard to believe. It's easy to hear, but yet so hard to put into action. We are so hard on ourselves even when we know the facts that we don't know if we are worthy of God's love, which is really hard to even say out loud to all of you. But here's more honesty. If Jesus' sacrifice on the cross wasn't enough to make us enough, then he wouldn't have been sent to do that in the first place. If I can leave you with anything, York College, know that whenever you feel lonely or left out or less than, you can take solace in the fact that the one who holds eternity knows each and every single one of you by name, and he calls you his.